the pleasure to host here the Minister Mahmoud Tangara, the Foreign Minister of Gambia, and this is indeed the first official visit of a Gambian Foreign Minister to Portugal. So we are inaugurating a new sequence for the strengthening and improving our bilateral relations. The Minister is here also to participate in the launching of the Atlantic Center tomorrow in Azores. Gambia is one of the founding members of the Atlantic Center associated to the declaration that will be signed and issued tomorrow. So I thank you very much for this new step in our bilateral and multilateral cooperation. One of the fundamental aims of the Atlantic Center is to provide room for cooperation in terms of security and defense, with a special focus on maritime security and on the maritime security in the Guinea Gulf. So it is very important that several African countries can join us, other European member states, and also countries from the Americans, in trying to put in place another platform for our multilateral cooperation. We have also the pleasure to be the responsible for the implementation of the one international project that targeted to the skilling and employability of Gambian youngsters. One of our most important non-governmental organizations for the development is implementing that project in close coordination with the Portuguese Cooperation Agency, what we call Institute Camões. And this is also another sign of the importance of our bilateral relations with a country that is a member of ECOWAS, an important country on the Western Africa region, a region that is especially relevant in what is related with the Portuguese stance and the Portuguese activity towards Africa. And finally, I would like to commend Gambia for your transition process, for the reforms that you are making, and very specifically to the launching of the Truth, Reconciliation and Reparations Commission and the spirit of transitional justice. And please convey to your President Barrow our greetings for the commitment he's taken towards international law and multilateral organizations. We need these examples in the international community. Of course, we exchanged views and shared information concerning many important issues related with the situation in Africa, and also with the kind of work Portugal is doing in the context of its presidency of the Council of the European Union. And please, Minister, you have the floor.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. We are grateful for the warm welcome, the hospitality accorded to me and my director responsible for Europe since our arrival in this beautiful city of Lisbon. I'm also very appreciative of the very fruitful discussion we had during lunch and on our resolve to chart the way forward in our relationship. And I'm also very honored and happy to be the first Gambian foreign minister to come to Portugal. This is a result of the active work of your ambassador in Senegal, who is covering Gambia. During his meeting with my president, he requested that we join the Atlantic Center. And the president happily gave his nod, his green light for us to join. And we are happy today to be here and proceeding today to the Azores for the launch of this very important center. Not long ago, piracy, the issue of piracy for us was a far distant issue, but more and more is getting closer to home. So rather than acting like happy-go-luckies, it's important for us to project ourselves into the future and not to do a firefighting diplomacy. So I think the launch of this center will go a long way in combating human trafficking, in combating terrorism. And you mentioned one of the flagship projects of the European Union, which is the Tekifi project in the Gambia, to help curb the irregular migration by creating opportunities for our young ones to stay at home. And I think Gambia and Africa not develop without its youthful population. And for us to harness the demographic dividend for our youthful population, we have to create opportunities for them. We cannot stop people from dreaming, I always say that. And migration is part and parcel of human history. But the way it's going today in Africa is disheartening, because we are losing our young, valid people who are dying trying to cross over to the Mediterranean to come to Europe in search of a better life. And no matter what, they will see people dying trying to cross. The challenges faced by the whole world due to this pandemic, yet still they will risk their life. So I think the project Tekifi is a step in the right direction, and together with the help of other partners we'll be able to cope or at least minimize irregular migration. And I'm also grateful to Portugal for your support during the very difficult period of the impasse in the Gambia. Your current Secretary General was my colleague in New York, and I know the support that he gave us, the encouragement that he gave me at a personal level, and the support within the Peace Building Commission. And today, if we are enjoying peace and stability in the Gambia, it's thanks mainly to the United Nations, and you have your very own son of Portugal, whom my president called the chief diplomat of the world, at the helm of the United Nations. And he expressly said that he wants Gambia to be a success story in peace building. And today, we are grateful things are going in the right direction with challenges, because when you have a change of government, there are a lot of expectations. We've been managing expectations for a very long time, but more and more the population are being impatient, thinking that you will change their life overnight. So we are grateful, and I hope this visit also will be an opportunity to give new impetus to our relationship and together chart the way forward for future generations. Thank you once again, Your Excellency, to you, to your team, for the excellent work, the warm welcome, and the hospitality. Thank you.
Please.
Good afternoon. My name is Cristina Ferreira. I'm from Portuguese news agency Lusa. I would like to ask a question for both ministers. I would like to know what's the expectation of how do you see this relation, bilateral relation progress from this first meeting? Portugal is represented in Gambia by the Senegal ambassador. Can we progress to an opening embassy of Gambia in Lisbon and a Portuguese embassy in Banjul? And then I have another question for Minister Santos Silva, but is a specific internal question I'd like to ask in Portuguese, if you don't mind. Sr. Ministro, o coordenador da Task Force da vacinação disse ontem no Parlamento que há a possibilidade de cerca de 3 milhões de vacinas não poderem ser usadas nestes 2 trimestres. Eu gostaria de perguntar se está a ser equacionada o redirecionamento dessas vacinas para alguns dos nossos parceiros de cooperação. Thank you.
First of all, the question that was put to the two of us. This very first official visit of Foreign Minister of Gambia to Portugal, as the Minister said, represents the first step in improving relations. We have the pleasure to have an honorary consul of Gambia in Portugal. He is right behind you, and we do appreciate the work he is doing, and we thank his role and work in strengthening the bilateral relations. Of course, we think that the first step will be probably to take profit of the work the Portuguese ambassador in Dakar, who is accredited in Banjul, is doing. And the same certainly will happen from the Gambian side. Then we must improve also our economic relations. They are now in a very low scale, but they can improve. We shared information on the respective economies to see how we can work on it. So I think this is, as I said, the stage one of a sequence of developing and increasing the bilateral relations. I do want to thank Gambia in this regard for its participation within the ECOWAS in a very successful process of stabilizing and helping the stabilization of Guinea-Bissau, which is a brother country of the two of us. Please, Minister.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. Thank you, Madam, for the question. I think partly the Minister answered the question. This visit today is a clear demonstration of our commitment to take our relationship to higher heights. It's true that we have our very able honorary consul here, Thiago, who is doing extremely wonderful work. He's been involved in the Gambia for a very long time. The father was our honorary consul, really very passionate about the Gambia, trying everything possible to get the two countries together. And we used to have a Portuguese company in the Gambia, Gulf, who was operating there. They are not there anymore. But I think with the appointment of Ambassador Victor Sereno, this relationship will have a new lease of life. The illustration is my presence here today, and tomorrow we are being part of the launch of the Atlantic Center, which is a very important center, because we all know that the sine qua non condition for any development is peace and stability, and we are all striving towards that. And we're looking forward to a very fruitful cooperation with Portugal. Thank you. And for the embassy, of course, with the challenges faced by most of our countries, Gambia depending mostly on tourism for foreign exchange, we were even obliged to close down some of our embassies because they were not sustainable anymore. Though we want to, but sometimes you have to be innovative, and when you don't have the means of your policy, you practice the policy of your means. Thank you.
Now I will answer in Portuguese to the question on the vaccination process in Portugal. Muito obrigado pela sua questão. O que o Sr. Vice-Almirante disse ontem é que nas atuais determinações ou orientações da Direção-Geral de Saúde, nós poderíamos vir a ter um excesso de vacinas de uma determinada marca nos próximos trimestres. Vamos ver como é que evolui o nosso conhecimento sobre os efeitos dessa vacina. Neste momento ela é desaconselhada a menores de 60 anos, mas o processo de monitorização dos seus efeitos, quer ao nível nacional, quer ao nível europeu, prossegue. E, portanto, o que eu tenho a dizer é renovar a nossa decisão, a comunicação da nossa decisão de afetar pelo menos 5% das vacinas a que temos direito na contratação europeia para os países parceiros da cooperação portuguesa. E, portanto, insisto em que isso vai acontecer, pelo menos 5%, e o nosso calendário estava definido nestes termos, o mais cedo possível durante o segundo semestre, talvez consigamos antecipá-lo já para o primeiro semestre. Obrigado. So, thank you very much, and good afternoon to all of you.
Thank you very much. Obrigado. That's my only word in